operate across 3 different continents. Europe, North America, and South America have seen a spurt of crimes linked to the Albanian syndicate in recent years. Their span of
Criminal networks are often shrouded in secrecy, operating behind layers of deception, manipulation, and fear. These covert organizations span across borders, trafficking illicit goods, orchestrating sophisticated heists, and infiltrating entire industries. Their elusive nature and ability to evade law enforcement have made them a subject of intrigue and fear. In this video, we're going to delve into 10 secret criminal networks that were exposed, revealing how they operated and how they were brought to justice. 1. The Italian Mafia, Cosa Nostra. The Sicilian Mafia, also known as Cosa Nostra, was a notorious criminal organization originating in Sicily. Its influence extended to the United States and beyond, engaging in illegal activities like drug trafficking, money laundering, and extortion. Despite their power, the Mafia's control was unraveled in the 1990s through Italian authorities' investigations. Prosecutors, led by Giovanni Falcone and Paolo Borsellino, pursued the Mafia through wiretaps, undercover operations, and insiders. In 1992, Falcone and Borsellino were assassinated, but their work set the stage for the Mafia's downfall. By the early 2000s, key members of Cosa Nostra were arrested, and their operations were dismantled using informants and surveillance, marking a significant blow to organized crime. 2. The Yakuza, Japan's secret underworld. The Yakuza is a criminal syndicate with deep historical roots in Japan, notorious for its involvement in illegal gambling, drug trafficking, human trafficking, and more. With thousands of members and affiliates across the globe, the Yakuza's influence had been vast and largely hidden from the public eye. In recent years, however, the Japanese government and law enforcement agencies have cracked down on the Yakuza through legislation, including the Anti-Boryakuden Law passed in 1992. This law made it illegal to do business with Yakuza members or organizations, severely restricting their financial activities. The increased use of surveillance technology, along with the arrests of several key members, significantly reduced the Yakuza's reach. 3. The Mexican drug cartels, the fall of the Sinaloa cartel. The Mexican drug cartels, particularly the Sinaloa cartel, have been responsible for smuggling enormous quantities of drugs into the United States and other parts of the world. For decades, they have operated with brutal efficiency, managing vast criminal empires through violence, corruption, and cunning logistics. The cartel's ability to bribe officials and its control over drug trafficking routes have kept it largely invincible. However, the capture of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman in 2016 marked a turning point in the fight against the Sinaloa cartel. After a daring escape from prison in 2015, El Chapo was tracked and apprehended following an extensive international manhunt, aided by cooperation between U.S. and Mexican authorities. Guzman's capture, followed by his extradition to the U.S., significantly disrupted the cartel's operations. 4. The Russian Mafia, the Vori Vizakon. The Vori Vizakon, or Thieves-in-Law, is a powerful criminal network originating from the Soviet Union, involved in various illegal activities such as extortion, arms trafficking, cybercrime, and human trafficking. With branches in Europe, the US, and other parts of the world, the Mafia's strict codes of conduct made them difficult to infiltrate. In the 2000s, global law enforcement agencies, including the FBI and Europol, targeted the Mafia through coordinated efforts. The most significant takedown occurred in 2009 when the FBI arrested hundreds of individuals linked to the Mafia's US operations, dismantling key factions. Despite their influence, their reach has been significantly weakened. 5. The Colombian drug cartels, the Medellin and Cali cartels. In the 1980s and early 1990s, the Medellin cartel, led by Pablo Escobar, was a powerful global criminal organization that dominated the cocaine trade in Colombia. The Cali cartel, led by the Rodriguez-Orejola brothers, smuggled vast amounts of cocaine into the U.S. and other countries. Colombian authorities, U.S. DEA agents, and special forces pursued these cartels, leading to Escobar's death in 1993. The leaders of the Cali cartel were arrested and convicted, revealing a network of money laundering and bribery that weakened the Colombian drug trade. 6. The Albanian Mafia, Global Smuggling Network. The Albanian Mafia, a major international crime syndicate, has gained significant attention due to its ability to infiltrate industries and avoid detection by law enforcement. The group's rise was exposed when European law enforcement agencies, particularly in the UK and Italy, began tracking their activities. In 2014, a joint operation involving law enforcement agencies from several countries led to the arrest of multiple members of the Albanian Mafia, including high-ranking officials involved in cocaine and heroin trafficking. The use of sophisticated surveillance and data analysis techniques disrupted the mafia's influence in Europe. 7. The Cartel of the Suns, Venezuela's narco-military network. The Cartel of the Suns is a notorious criminal network, primarily composed of high-ranking military officers from Venezuela, operating within the Venezuelan government to protect drug trafficking operations. The network smuggling large quantities of cocaine and other illegal substances worldwide, with strong ties to Colombian cartels. In 2020, the U.S. Department of Justice indicted several Venezuelan government members for their involvement in drug trafficking under the Cartel of the Suns. The investigation revealed the cartel exploited political instability to maintain control, leading to U.S. sanctions targeting several cartel members and efforts to apprehend them. 8. The Triads, Hong Kong's criminal underworld. The Triads, also known as the Hong Kong Mafia, are an ancient criminal network that operates not only in Hong Kong, but also across the globe. Traditionally, they were involved in illegal gambling, drug trafficking, extortion, and human trafficking. Their control over the illicit underworld in Hong Kong, Macau, and mainland China made them one of the most influential criminal organizations in Asia. The exposure of the Triads came when a series of coordinated raids in the late 1990s and early 2000s led to the arrest of many prominent members. The Hong Kong police, aided by international law enforcement, used undercover agents and wiretaps to infiltrate the Triads and disrupt their operations. Today, while the Triads still exist, their influence has waned due to ongoing efforts by the Hong Kong and international police forces to root them out. 9. The Silk Road, online black market takedown. The Silk Road was one of the most infamous dark web marketplaces, known for enabling illegal trade in drugs, weapons, and other illicit goods. Operated by Ross Ulbricht under the pseudonym Dread Pirate Roberts, the website became a hub for criminals to anonymously buy and sell contraband. It operated under the guise of digital privacy, using cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin to facilitate transactions. Silk Road was exposed when the FBI, using sophisticated cyber investigations, tracked Ulbricht's online activity and eventually apprehended him in 2013. Authorities dismantled the Silk Road network, arresting numerous users and shutting down the marketplace. Ulbricht was convicted of various crimes, including conspiracy to commit money laundering and computer hacking. The exposure of the Silk Road signaled a crackdown on online criminal networks, leading to the takedown of subsequent dark web marketplaces. 10. The Fast and Furious, U.S. border smuggling ring. The Fast and Furious scandal involved a controversial program run by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF, between 2006 and 2011. The operation was intended to trace the sale of firearms to Mexican drug cartels, but it spiraled out of control. Thousands of guns were sold to suspected straw purchasers who were believed to be supplying weapons to the Mexican cartels. The operation was exposed when one of the firearms sold through Fast and Furious was found at the scene of a Border Patrol agent's death. This led to a public outcry, investigations, and congressional hearings. The exposed criminal network revealed the extent of weapons smuggling into Mexico and its connection to cartels operating in the U.S. and Mexico. The scandal led to widespread criticism of the operation and efforts to address the flaws in gun trafficking laws. These 10 criminal networks represent just a small fraction of the complex and hidden world of organized crime. While many of these organizations continue to operate, law enforcement agencies worldwide are becoming increasingly adept at using technology, intelligence, and cooperation to bring these networks to light. If you found these stories revealing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on more real-life crime stories. Thank you for watching.